I'm Miran. We are Korean tour guides. Only having hard times these days because of Corona. How much do you want to come to Korea? Get rid of your own stress while doing a rain tour. So here we are in the 덕수궁 Palace. We travel back to the time with the stories, many stories along the stone walls. The modern of Korea began here. Now get on the tour. Untrodden stone trail, which is unknown for 60 years. On your left is British Embassy, on your right is 덕수궁 Palace. From this trail, you just listen to the sounds of birds, sounds of trees and wind. Shall we go? Look, there is a man wearing red costume. He might be 고정. Let's follow him.
Where is 고정 going?
He is going to the Russian legation.
Why is he going to the Russian legation?
고정 is going to the Russian legation to get help from Russia. In 1894, Japan and Qing were at war on the Korean peninsula. Japan began to interfere with Korea as a victorious battle. In the end, in 1895, the mother of the country, Empress Myeongsang, was killed by the Japanese. So, King Gojong has no choice but to hasten his heavy steps. King Gojong stayed here for a year, preparing for the declaration of the Korean Empire. Sadly, the diplomatic right of the Dan Empire was taken by Japan in 1905. In 1907, King Gojong sent 3 special envoys to the World Peace Conference holding in The Hague to restore that right. They appealed for the recovery of Dan Empire's diplomatic right. After that, Gojong was dethroned. Contrary, this year, a Korean actress who won an Oscar for her wonderful performance, spoke to the world about herself. What a wonderful twist! She graduated from Ihwa Girls High School. King Gojong named the school. The meaning of the school name, Ihwa, is to bear pure, beautiful, and fragrant fruit. King Gojong is very happy that the actress finally bore fruit with an Oscar. As soon as Gojong sees the trophy, he's so happy that he's going to meet her. The actress Oscar prize was so valuable to Gojong. He's so relieved and he rushed to the palace. Emperor Gojong is so happy that this palace exists. He recalls that time and rejoices. Gojong contributed a lot to open the telephone. There is a story relating to the telephone. In the late 19th century, Kim Go, 20 years old, who became independence fighter later, was angry at the harsh behavior of a Japanese man while staying at the tavern. Japan sentenced Kim Go to death on charge of murder of the man. In the end, Gojong could stop Kim Go's execution by telephone conversation with Japan.
성황님 조른다.
중하 means moderation, that is not biased to one side. In this spacious yard, large events such as the king's coronation ceremony, the crown prince's coronation, the royal family's wedding, meeting with literary and military officials, and greeting envoys were held here. You can see three ways. The king goes in the middle, and the officials go on both sides.
주님을 향해 바람이 없으면
They spend the time together. 석조전 was designed as a space for daily lives and the state affairs at the same time. This style showed a new architecture. It was quite different from the traditional architecture. The traditional one is divided into the outer political area and the inner residential area. This is an important place where the coronations of previous kings were held. The signboard of the Deoksugung was written by Emperor Gojong himself. It can be called the first kindergarten of the Empire. You can see the halls in a row at the rear. These are the marks of the fans to prevent Princess 덕혜 from falling off. means the house where the old king stayed. In 1592, due to the Japanese invasion, the 14th king Sonjo fled to Amnoka in Uijo and returned here safely. To remember King Sonjo and not lose the Japanese invasion of Korea, this hall was left unpainted. The name of this gate is Yuhyun Gate, through which only wise men can pass. There is a crane above the door. There is something in the snout. It is a grass of eternal use that never grows old.
This area, King's living quarter. Gojong lived in this place, and this building is the main building of this living quarter. Named Hamnyong. Hamnyong means comfortable place, but Gojong's life wasn't comfortable. He died at the age of 67 after drinking sake, Korea traditional beverage, in 30 minutes. We can see the Gojong's life and also King and Queen's life at the Palace Museum. Let's go. Here is National Palace Museum. Relics related to the palace are exhibited here. We are heading to room 3 to see the royal family life. First, we will see the pictures. 3 tables were used for the king's meal. A large circular table was placed in front of the king. A small circular table was used by the court lady, testing the food for poison, and a rectangular table was used by the court lady, assisting the king throughout his meal. Before the king eats food, the court lady eats it first. If poison is present, the silver spoon will turn black. I mentioned Guzong was passed away after eating sikhe in 30 minutes. The protection system usually works even while eating. So why did he die? What kind of protection system doesn't work? I will tell you the underfloor heating system. In 1904, the fire incident in Hamyeongjeon destroyed most of palace buildings. The fire that started in the under spread by a strong wind blown just in time. What is under? Thin and wide stones are laid on the floor to keep it warm for a long time. When you heat up the floor, the air in the room also gets warm. Winter in Korea, temperatures drop to minus 20 degrees. This is why wooden buildings needed heating system despite being vulnerable to fire. The interior of Hamyeongjeon wasn't open to the public. We will see the similar appearance in the mock-up. Let's to see the mock-up. The base is divided into an east section and a west section with wooden floor axis, and each consists of 9 rooms. The king usually sleeps in a room in the middle of the eastern section. If you watch Korean historical dramas, you face opening the doors 2 times to see the king. This is also a protection system against assassination. Let's see king's ceremonial clothes.
This is the hall where King Gojong quietly looked at the scenery. King Gojong enjoyed the banquets here, listened to music, and enjoyed tea and coffee. The veranda is a colonial-style architecture built in Southeast Asia, but outside is different. Pine trees, deers, bats, parrots can be found on the yellow metal frame between the wooden posts. These are Korean traditional parrots. Gojong saw a wonderful country that had changed from the empire to the Republic of Korea and disappeared somewhere comfortably.